Now, on Wednesday, French President Emmanuel Macron met with the US Vice President Kamala Harris in his first state visit under Biden's presidency in the United States. Now, President Joe Biden will, of course, be hosting his first state dinner at the White House for the French President Emmanuel Macron. But early in the day, Macron had warned that subsidies that were paid to US companies under a green energy plan were simply just super aggressive. And this, of course, could split the West. And our next report gets you more details.
President Macron, it is my pleasure, my great pleasure, to welcome you to Washington, D.C. and to NASA headquarters.
French President Emmanuel Macron on Wednesday met with U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris and laid a wreath at Arlington National Cemetery, all part of his high-profile trip to the U.S. as the first foreign leader feted with an official state visit by President Joe Biden. It's an event aimed at recognizing France's status as America's oldest ally, with Biden administration officials stressing America's unwavering support for its partners around the globe and the importance of alliances in confronting global challenges. Here's National Security Advisor John Kirby.
I mean, if you look at what's going on in Ukraine, look at what's going on in the Indo-Pacific and the tensions with China, France is really at the center of all those things.
The visit also highlights the unique way that Macron has raised France's profile on the world stage, and particularly in the United States. Since he swept to power in 2017, Macron has launched a flurry of international initiatives that have made him one of the most active global leaders. From Beirut to Bangkok, and from the Kremlin to the White House, he has sought to place himself at the center of every crisis, with a flair for seizing the moment, which he tried to do with the vice president at NASA.
We do share this history. We do have the same commitment and attachment to science and progress, but we do share as well the same democratic values.
Right now, 2022, the French-American relation is good.
Nicole Baccarin is a French historian. She says the American and French leaders have far more tying them together than pulling them apart, especially compared with Biden's predecessor.
Everybody remembers that Emmanuel Macron tried to soften somehow Donald Trump, but it didn't work out. The Biden White House is a friendly White House towards Europe. I mean, Biden is an old internationalist, and Emmanuel Macron, who is such a European leader as such, there is a good basis to understand each other.
Despite that understanding, Washington and Paris do not see everything eye to eye. Macron has advocated a less confrontational approach with Beijing than Biden, and the leaders may disagree about the desired endgame in Ukraine.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.